So I'm about to read chapter 14, and this book right here, y'all. I don't know what they're doing on Amazon now, but I think they changed the cover to the book. They don't have her picture on the book. It's just black now. So if y'all gonna get the book, I'm gonna try to put the link to the book in the description so y'all can get it before they try to take it down. Um, but they talking about, oh, it's lies. Da, da, da. I don't know. It's too much detailed stuff for this all to be made up. It came from somewhere. Okay, chapter 14. This particular evening, I was at Sean's house, and Quincy was staying with a friend. It was some alone time for Sean and I until the doorbell rang, and Sean got up to answer it. I heard a woman yelling and quickly realized that it was Jennifer Lopez, or better known to the world as J-Lo. Sean, what the F? She blasted. Sean responded calmly, relax, baby. Why the hell did you have to start shooting? Isn't that what we have bodyguards for? Normally, when these kind of situations arrive, I remain quiet and just listen. I play my position. You could say, but I wasn't paying attention to the news for the last day or so. And even though it would be the only thing anyone would talk to me about for months. No one has spoken to me about it yet. So I entered the foyer asking, what's going on? Jennifer exploded at me. What's going on? What's going on? This nigga, hold up. I know she ain't saying Jennifer Lopez talking about some nigga. Anyways, we gonna act like we ain't hear that. Okay. Um, this N word shot up a damn bang bang a club. Now jaw dropped, looking back and forth between the two. Sean spoke smoothly. Jen, you gotta calm down. Jennifer was having none of it. She continued, calm down? Calm down? I can just imagine her, calm down. You shot a bunch, you bang. I gotta get used to not saying that word. You bang a couple of people. Um, a bunch of innocent people, Sean. Sean placed his hand on her forearm. It's a bonding technique. He was shrewd in handling her. He does this to me too. Even if you know what's happening, it works. It's an intimate contact without being personal. He was aiming to disarm her. This did not seem. Oh, child. I'm reading the book, y'all. This did not seem too uh, intimately sway Jennifer as she continued. Why in the hell do you think Biggie replacement will take the fall for you? Biggie replacement? Wait, could she be talking about I had to know? Are you talking about Shine? Jennifer didn't even look at me as she responded, yes, effing Shine. She continued to calm. She continued with a calm, even voice. Relax. The situation's under control. Jennifer was not calming down. She went on. They contacted my attorney for my statement. And there's a lot of witnesses, Sean. There's no way we're getting to get out of this. Sean arrogance can be immeasurable at times, but he laughed as he asked, you doubted me? I couldn't believe it. I had to know. Sean, could you offer him that would make wait, hold on. Sean, What could you offer him that would make him do a bid for you? Like, what the F? Jennifer also remarked. And what if the falters halfway through the sentence and start talking? Sean responded as calmly as ever. He won't do that. People in jail don't cross connect. People on the outside. Jennifer looked deflated. So you will him too? How much does he know? Look, I'm not going to threaten anyone. Shine is smart and loyal. He knows he knows how to work. He knows how it works. And when he gets out, he'll be well taken care of. Jennifer spoke defiantly. Sean, they want to question me. I am not perjuring myself. I am not going to jail over this, Sean. He seemed so in control. I admired him for it at this point, but my spirit was broken. I felt bad for Jennifer. She catches one bad break after another, and this was a really bad break. Sean spoke with confidence. Relax. Come in, have a drink. Have your lawyers call mine. You'll never see the witness stand. I promise. Jennifer wasn't so sure. She asked him, how can you possibly know that? Sean smiled and replied, between Sean, between Shine confession and the witnesses that gave their accounts, the cops won't need much else. The statement from your lawyer will be fine. Jennifer's next concern popped up. She explained, my attorney? Sean, he's a he's good, but he won't do this. Being beaming with confidence, the way only a man with net worth can respond. Sean responded, sure, he will. Jennifer shook her head defiantly as she responded, Sean, you don't know him. Sean's unbreakable confidence was ruling the day. Jennifer was giving in as he told her with a smile, I got this. I got this. Sean, are you sure? Sean gave her a wink. My attorneys handle situations. Give him my number too. Jennifer seemed leery as she asked, you're not going to threaten my attorney, are you? Sean laughed as he replied, no, of course not. Money talks, baby. He turned to me and said, take her inside and pour her a drink. I had questions on my own, but you were going to make Sean the label go-to man. What are you going to do now? Sean looked disappointed as he responded. He had he had the voice, but his flow, he sighed. Well, artists with talent are a dime a dozen. Looking at Jen, he continued. He's not once in a lifetime, kind of like Jennifer Lopez. Now he's throwing on a charm. Despite of the situation, she blushed slightly. Sean continued, let's grab that drink. Let me handle this attorney situation. Relax. Don't worry. We left the foyer and went to have a seat in the living room. He tried to make a threesome happen that night. It didn't work out. Not that day. Child. Find the 16 follow you. Do you review one quick cookie? What's good? Fish taco sauce. Give me 360. Boo. Your energy is addictive, I could tell. Listen, y'all, I am literally reading Kim Porter's book. And when I tell you, The stuff in chapter 14 is basically talking about Jennifer Lopez and Diddy the night that they were he pow pow the nightclub. So basically that happened and she was with them. They got back to the house and she was worried like what I'm going to do. They trying to ask me questions. I got my career and da da da. I ain't got nothing to do this. Why would you pow pow up the club? And she just going back and forth with him. He like, chill, just calm down. We get into these situations all the time. I got attorneys that's gonna handle this. Tell your attorney to call my attorney, and then we gonna talk to the attorneys, and they gonna be attorneying. So all I know is that, this whole chapter is about him getting away with something yet again. And the lady came out talking about she got in the face. So I don't know, like this stuff right here in this book it gets juicier and juicier and juicier. And when I tell you, man, this stuff right here, this stuff right here is crazy. So they got chapter 15. Y'all want me to do chapter 15 too? Because they got Kimora Simmons, Kimora in this chapter 15. Y'all want me to go to chapter 15? What y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to keep going? Hey y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. I'm reading the Kim Porter book. I'm gonna put the thing in the what's her name so y'all can buy the book. So y'all can buy the book. Y'all want me to keep reading it? Put yes if y'all want me to keep reading the chapter 15. Do y'all want me to keep reading? No. Well, no, let's talk about how great Trump. I'm going to read chapter 15 too. Kimora Simmons and I went out for drinks. She was looking at me seductively and I was turned on. Ooh, now her and Kimora Simmons having something going on. We were going to go back to my place afterwards, and suddenly, after I sipped my drink, I felt like I had to vomit. I excused myself and barely made it to the ladies' room. When I came back, Kimora asked, "You feeling okay?" "I'm fine. I had been under the weather for the last couple of days. I think I'll head home." She said, "Your breasts are looking kind of plump there, girl." Embarrassed, I whispered, "Not in public." She replied simply, "Are you pregnant?" I was taken completely aback. Why the hell would you ask a question like that? She's let it sit for a minute, and I bet in her head she was like, wait for it, wait for it, and then it hit. S. She gave me a minute before continuing, so she said, "Yeah, gonna do it." So what you gonna do? I didn't understand. Gonna do? If it's not Sean, F. If it is, what the shock wearing off, the scope of the situation began to take hold. I responded, "I better get a test." She looked at me with pity. Dang, girl, good luck. After what he did to Chris is Biggie Smalls, basically. Um, I wouldn't I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. The desire that was in her eyes before I got sick was all but gone. As I began to stand, I realized what she said to me. And I paused. She looked at me um and said, "Ain't nobody stupid, girl." I didn't know what to say. The question still lingered in my head, in my mind, despite everything I knew. Did Puffy intentionally kill, well, Chris, which is um, Biggie? She brought she brought me back to the moment by saying go. Not knowing what else to say, but knowing I had to deal with my situation right now, I replied, I'll hit you up. She sighed and simply repeated, good luck. So apparently, P. Diddy or Diddy, Brother Love, has something to do with Biggie being dead, being killed. Um, but in here they call him Chris. So I mean, y'all, like I don't know. I don't know. This book is too. It's too much details for this not to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just make these up with these names, these celebrity names that's in here. You can't just make it up. You really can't. I don't think somebody can make a whole book and just lie about real events. So this is the book, y'all. I'm gonna put it in the what's the name so y'all can see, because I don't know. They trying to take down the book. I'll be sure is trying to I'll be sure I guess send a cease and desist to the author that's putting the book out on Amazon. I mean, a cease and desist is anybody can send out a cease and desist. Are you suing? Because if you're suing, that's one thing. But if you just put in a cease and desist, you're just trying to scare them to stop. I mean, could be. I mean, sometimes you could put out a cease and desist and then sue. But a lot of people just get straight to the point and sue. What you doing a cease and desist for? If it's lies and it's you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. What y'all think? How old am I? I don't know. I'm old enough. Um, what y'all think about this? This is the book. I'm telling you, they naming names in this book. They naming lots of names. Y'all should go and get it because it's a lot. Right. It can't be all lies. Like this stuff they talking up. They got J Lo, they got Will Smith, they got Jada, they got I'll Be Sure. They talking about uh um Usher, Bow Wow, Kimora Simmons. You know, it's so many names in this book, and it's crazy because I'm like, is only one person they got in this that they don't name, and they say blank blank blank. They put XXX, and I'm like, who could that be? Who could XXX be? They won't reveal their name, and I'm like, who could that be? Because they naming everybody else. They naming everybody else, but they not naming that one person. Who could that? I don't know. Maybe Russell Simmons, because they don't mention Russell Simmons' name here, or Tyler Perry. Uh, well, I don't know. For it to be that, I don't know. Could be Russell Simmons. They said that they found a video footage in his Atlanta home of one of his freak off tapes, and it was somebody that has more, I guess status than him or whatever. Like, who could be in Atlanta that have more status than him? Tyler Perry. That's what the Spirit is telling me. That's what the Spirit is telling me, that Tyler Perry was up in that house getting his thing on. Because they talking about Tupac. They talking about how he had something to do with Tupac. They got Jay-Z in here. Girl. Biggie, Faith Evans, to Biggie's mom confronting P. Diddy. They talking about ooh, child, this chapter right here, let's see. Chapter number 5. Chapter number 5, you don't want to date with chapter 5. I believe Tyler Perry was participating. Yes, I believe Tyler Perry was participating in the freak offs. I mean, who else could it be that's in Miami that is a bigger that's a bigger person far as I guess celebrity than him or known than him in hot Atlanta? It'll be him. But y'all, I'm gonna come on here more often. I'm gonna read more of the chapters so y'all can hear what's going on. But yeah, listen, I don't even read. I don't even read. And I bought this book. I bought this book and I don't even read. That's how serious this is, because I need to know what the hell is going on. And when you get into this book, you're going to be like, you did what? And then they got Mary J. Blige in here doing stuff. I'm like, how can it not be real? How can it not be real? And I know it's a book, so some things may be exaggerated because it's a book. But supposedly she had drives and clouds of her diary that she was sending out to people in case something happened to her, because she knew that she was going to get set up by him. And you don't get these type of details unless you was involved in it somehow. So let's say she didn't write the book. Somebody that knew something wrote this, because this is not all fiction. You can't just write a book and put all these names in here and just put it on Amazon and sell it. I don't think that's how it works. I don't think it works that way. I'm gonna write me a book. So if y'all want this book, it's called Kim's Lost Words. It's on Amazon. Get it while you can. It's by Jamal T. Millwood. Jamal T. Millwood, and it's called Kim's Lost Words. So the cover of the book doesn't look like this anymore from what I've seen. The cover is black and it has Kim Lost Words, because I think they changed, I don't know, due to copyright or something, I think they changed the front cover. So her picture is not on there anymore. It's a black cover. It's just black and it says Kim Lost Words. So if you see it, that means that's still the same book. It's just they changed the cover. I guess something happened where they didn't have permission to use her picture or something. I don't know. Um, how are you doing, honey? Everything on social media ain't lies. Yeah, like I really feel like there's some truth into this. It's not completely a lie. There is some truth into this, and it just makes you think like, I just want to hear the names of these freak off people and these people that getting locked up and these CEOs that's stepping down and all this other stuff. I want to see what's gonna happen. I'm just curious to see what's gonna happen because I'm just sitting here like, dang, men like this get away with stuff like this for years because they got money, fame, and power. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, she stayed, she stayed. It's called Stockholm Syndrome, and that's a real thing. Because in this book, she even admit that she has Stockholm Syndrome. I know y'all been in relationships where y'all been and y'all dealing with people and they going upside your head, and but he supplying a roof over your head, and he's putting food on the table, and he's making sure you got what you want. You stay and you go back because it's good. You captive of your abuser. Or you feel like you ain't got nowhere to go. You ain't got no family. You all in another city where nobody knows you. He the bread and butter. He is your money. He the one that supplies for you, support for you. Especially women, you're stuck. You're stuck in abuse, and you feel like because you feel sorry for him, and because you care for him, and because you see potential, and you just want him to do better because you understand him and nobody else do. And if you feel like if you could just hang on for a little longer, and if you could just do this for a little bit, if I could just be nice to him and not make him mad, maybe he'll be better. Or if I could just help him through his problem. That is Stockholm Syndrome. So for the people that's like, oh, you should have left, it's not easy for some people to leave. Some people cannot just leave. Some people don't have the willpower to leave. Some people don't have the mental capacity to leave or to even realize what type of situation they in until they get out, whenever they get out. Um, how much what, Michael? What is you talking about? I believe Tyler was I believe Tyler was participating. Yes. How much? How much? How much? What? What are you talking about? She knew all of this would happen. No one can tell me. God, don't give me. I believe she had a clue that at some point things probably is not gonna work out right. There's been plenty of times that she tried to make a run for it, and every time she did, he showed up. He had people break into her apartment. He was involved with the FBI. He was involved with the CIA. He was involved with police officers. So every time she wanted help, she couldn't really get help. When he abused her, she got in the hospital. He put her in a private hospital with nobody but him and a private nurse. How are you going to get help? And everybody that you communicate with is linked to him in some type of way. So I mean, and every time she moved on to somebody else, they end up dying of pneumonia. Based off the book, every time she moved on to somebody else, they end up dying of pneumonia. She dated a guy, he didn't like it, he died of pneumonia. She dated Tupac, or she messed around with him, and he didn't like it, he ended up getting shot. She was about to get a movie, and the guy, the producer, gave her flowers and wrote her a card, and he busted in her apartment and found out that he thought that she went on a date with another guy, and he beat her up in her place. The producer ended up dying of pneumonia. So every time she went and dated somebody or did something without his approval, because he allowed her to do stuff based off the book, he allowed her to do stuff when it involved him. When he wanted to have a threesome, when he wanted to have a throuple situation, a menage a trois, menage. But when she did things of her own, or when he thought that she was building a life of her own, he intervened in some type of way. So when you have a man with that type of power and that type of, you know, and men that are those type of men that are psychopaths, that if I can't have you, nobody else can have you, stalking you, your every move, having people pull up on you. I could believe it because he did it to the woman that got pew pew in the face. So what you think he was doing to Kim Porter? Let alone Cassie. So yeah, she probably knew that at some point things are not gonna she was gonna have her day. She probably seen it coming, but every time she tried to leave, she couldn't. Wrote this after Biggie and Tupac died. I mean, yeah, this was written after Tupac and Biggie died. Far as the book, but she was also doing her diary. So she was documenting things and writing a book, writing her diary. And when she felt like things were going to happen, or when she wanted to get back to him, she was based off the book. She was going in the vault. She started going in the vault because she knew that there were tapes and stuff recorded that she's seen. She said she's seen videos of Usher, Justin Bieber, Little Bow Wow. She said it was sex tapes of them with him interacting with them with the little when they was young at the time, and she was like, is he grooming Quincy too? So when she tried to set all that up and she confronted him, like, if you try to put your hands on me again, I'm gonna release these tapes. And then that's when allegedly he started messing with her and started having people break into her house, stealing her laptops and stuff like that. And she was saving the stuff to the cloud, she said, flash drives, and she was sending it to people in case something happened to her. She started feeling sick. And she was on the phone with Kimora. She said, it don't seem like you got the flu. It seemed like something wrong with you, something going on. And she knew, she called Diddy on the phone, and she found out that he did end up doing something to her. It's all gonna come out, but based off the book, that's what happened. But I just really feel like it's all gonna come out. Money for the book. How much? Oh, the book was only $22. $22. When God give you a chance after chance and a human don't change exactly what happens. Thank you for this. I subscribe to your channel. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go live tomorrow as well, and I'm gonna read more chapters because this right here is serious. Because the next chapter, she's supposedly pregnant. She's pregnant and she's having her first baby. And you won't believe what that bastard told her. You won't believe it. Thanks for just subscribing. Thank y'all for subscribing. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe and share. You won't believe what this crazy man did. Let's see. Chapter 17. I don't know how to manage to stay out of the media for so long, but Sean got to the point where he was incredibly abusive. And only his inner circle knew about it. The artists were all too afraid of him to say anything. He gained so much power, not one would say anything to Puff Daddy as a kingpin. Exactly. This Monday afternoon, Quincy was in school, and our son Christian was with the nanny, and I stood to make a living. I still loved the camera and had just been casted for a movie. Sean was coming over to celebrate. Wait, 15, 16. Oh, yeah, this is 17. Sean was coming over to celebrate. Ooh, where I'm at. Sean's over to celebrate. When the two of us, I was in the bathroom, and when he came in, we were supposed to go out for dinner, but he was in a foul mood. Sean yelled, "What the F?" I would have to walk on eggshells as I came out of the bathroom, but I found him holding flowers, so I smiled. "You brought me flowers?" Sean yelled. "No. So who the F they are from?" I was bewildered. He told him honestly, "I didn't know. Probably just a fan." He threw the attached card at me. I picked it up to read it. "Sean, I..." He slapped me so hard, I hit the ground. Sean yelled, "Who the F were you with the other night?" I looked down at the card that was laying on the ground next to me, and I read it. "The other night was amazing. We just did it again." I tried to explain. "Sean, he threw the flowers at me. That's not how this works. You have my child. You don't touch anyone unless I'll allow it." I yelled. Hey, y'all, I think I skipped the chapter, but this is 17. I'm going to go back and read. I'm going to go back and read 16. Back, it was just coffee with the producer. It was nothing. He glared at me. I asked, "Who the F is this producer?" I was trying desperately to calm him down as I responded, "From the movie, baby. Calm down." He picked up my coffee mug and slammed it against the wall. Coffee flew everywhere as he yelled, "Who the F is this nigga think he is?" "Sean, he's just some producer. We talked about the role and me making, maybe starring in another movie that he was producing. I swear, that's it, Sean." Sean exploded even more. He wants to put the move on my effing family at the top of his lungs. My effing family? He flipped over the table, breaking it, and it was a heavy table. But Sean is stronger than he looks. I pleaded with him. "Sean, please." He yelled at me. "What?" I tried my best to calm him down. He probably didn't know I didn't come up with I didn't come up. "You're publicly dating someone else." "So?" He screamed at me, and it somehow seemed even more intense. "So you didn't tell him to back off?" "Sean, I didn't." And when and then out of nowhere, he hit me with the chair. Let me tell you, this man is abusive. I don't remember anything after that until I woke up in a hospital room. My arm was in a cast, hanging from a sling. My face hurt, my eyebrows was immense in pain, and also my lip. As I came to the first face, the first face I saw was the man that put me here. Sean asked with concern in his voice, "How are you feeling?" I responded, "Stay away from me. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. I save it for the lawyers. Stay away from me. Where we were in a private hospital room and no one would hear me. I could scream like my life depended on it, but it wouldn't matter. If I did ring for assistance, I wouldn't get anyone. He kept going. I was just jealous. You know how I am. You have he took hold of my arm, and the one that was the slinged up in the cast. You have your beautiful son. You have our beautiful son, our family. It's just, at this point, I had enough. The one you slutted out right before giving birth, you are you are effing essing me. Stay away from me. Don't come near me or my kids. He continued to plead. I'm sorry, baby. I promise. I'll never put my hands on you again. I swear. You see this? This is the Stockholm syndrome, where he's using sympathy to try to gain her back after he just did some crazy shit. I've heard this song one too many times. I spoke through the gritting teeth. If you come near me or my kids again, I'm calling the cops. A flash of anger returned. You could use my kid to threaten me. But then he caught himself. I understand you're angry. I glared at him as I cut him off. I'm serious, Sean. I hope blatantly with energy and tell him what that I had a car accident and tell him what that I had a car accident. They pity you that you hit your head. He was going to make me look crazy. They were going to believe him. He was a kingpin. You're a effing bastard. Sean spent the next 6 months helping me heal and working his way back into my life and into my bed. I was so damn stupid. And of course, I wasn't cast for either movie. From what I understand, the producer died of pneumonia. So basically, he seen that she was about to be in a movie. Where are they getting this shit from? She was about to get in the movie. He bust in her apartment and seen that it was flowers in there. He was like, where you get these flowers from? She told him that the flowers were from the producer because they had like a little lunch meeting. He got jealous, he got mad, he started throwing everything, he started beating her up. Now she's in the hospital, but she's in a private hospital. She's secluded. She can't ask for help. She can't ask for help. And now he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know how I am. You my family. And you know, I would never hit you like this again. And then he started helping her heal, taking care of her and doing all this. Stockholm syndrome, baby. It's a loop. You get stuck. Oh man, I wish I could have seen this sooner. I really wanted to hear this book. Thank you for sharing. Rest in peace, Kim Porter. Yes, listen. When I post this, you can always go back and listen. But this is just chapter 14 through 17. I'm about to get into 16 in a minute. Pneumonia, just like her. Yep, pneumonia. All right, so I think I skipped a chapter. This chapter is about her being pregnant and telling him about her being pregnant and how he reacted. Listen, when I tell you sick, I mean sick. Now, chapter 16. The next day, I was sitting on the couch deep in thought. Then my doorbell rang. I sent to let Sean in. This was going to be scary. We made our way back into the living room and sat down. Quincy was asleep. Sean seemed legitimately concerned. I just bursted out. I'm pregnant. The air in the room was as thick as J-Lo. Now, you know what? They play too much. They play too much. He was quiet, but he is thinking. He asked the obvious question, are you sure? I spoke rapidly. I was on the pill. I got rid of it. I'm sorry. I just wanted you to know. That's wonderful. This is great. I was so confused. Huh? You're you're not mad? He laughed. Mad? No. Why would I be mad? This is wonderful news. I'm gonna be a dad with the woman I love bearing my child. What could possibly be better? He jumped right up on the phone and called one of his besties. I could hear Will Smith congratulating him. Sean said, yeah, definitely. Hold on, Kim. Baby, I was still in awe of the fact that he didn't get angry. And yes, I will admit, I was sure he was going to hit me. So it was with relief when I replied, yes. He told me excitedly, we got to have a party. His excitement was so contagious. I was getting really excited too. Yes, a gender reveal, and he cut me off. Yes, of course, we're going to do it all, but everyone is going to want to sleep with you right before you're giving birth. My heart sank in my chest. Everybody is going to do what? Sean sent on with the same excitement. Well, not everybody. You know, Will Smith, Jada, blank, blank, blank. Sean, I'm giving birth to your baby. He literally waved me off. I'll be fine. I couldn't help myself. I just started crying. Sean grew quiet on the phone, then spoke low. I'll call you back. He hung up and took me by the hand. Baby, I never asked for anything from you. I tried to see him through the tears streaming down my face. I couldn't believe the words coming out his mouth. I tried to speak. Sean, he shut me off. I provided everything anyone could ever want. Do you want for anything? Sobbingly, I replied, no, but he continued, this is the kind of things I have to do in order to continue giving you this comfortable lifestyle. There, where you live in this lap of luxury and to get to be on TV shows and in movies, I know you don't want this. I know you don't want to let this go. No, he continued softly. Then we gotta do this. I said, but Sean, I don't believe in all this spiritual S. We got here because of your brilliance, not because some sex parties. He replied, do you trust me? You see, that's that bull. That psychological, that's that bull crap. Playing on that lady intelligence. Do you trust me? I did. My soul was so broken. I did. I responded, yes. He sighed. Then let's do whatever we need to do to keep what we have. As I nodded yes, he pulled me in for a hug. Thank you, baby. We're going to have a beautiful baby. He ordered some food, and that night I cried myself to sleep. I was going to be gangbanged at 9 months pregnant. I want my children out of this life. My child's going to have a good biblical name, a heavy Christian name. They are not going to take they are not going to take his soul. And that's how she named her son Christian. Baby, that was chapter 15, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So I gave you 4 chapters. That's 4 chapters. Child. You wanted your baby mama to get gang banged at 9 months. Pregnant with your child. That is sick. Oh, y'all want to get into 18? Y'all want to get into 18? Sean kept his word from the most part until he didn't. I ended up pregnant again. He wanted energy from that too. That would be the last sex party. My body would never be ravished by the so many people again, especially while I'm pregnant. What if something happened to the twins? After that, I wanted out. But when I tried dating someone else, they would end up dead from pneumonia. I knew Sean was behind it. This was not a coincidence. He's just jealous of a guy, and they blank of pneumonia. I would be next. If I am going to get out of this alive, I am going to have to do something to make him stay away from me. I had a plan, but it's dangerous. Sean had a vault where he keeps his videotapes of all his conquests. I started sleeping with him again. After he falls asleep, he starts to drink heavily. I will get into the vault and get a couple of tapes, take them home, make copies, and swap them out for the next set of tapes for a few days. It took weeks for them to get all of them copied. And he'll never know, and he never knew what I had did to them. This was my way out. Some of the tapes had things I would never have expected. The gay parties are the ones, but the young boys like Usher, Little Bow Wow, and Justin Bieber, I would have never known. My God, is he grooming Quincy? This was the end. I invited him over one day to confront him and all our put an end to our on again and off again relationship. He had entered my home unannounced for the last time. He had no longer have the key after that day. I was in the kitchen with Kimora Simmons, and I was sharing drinks. I was scared. I was scared to face him alone. Sean entered smiling. What's up, Kimmy? Hey, Mora. I told Sean, sit down. Because of my tone, he looked at me, stunned, and asked, what's going on? What is this? He responded with delight. Me taking my life back. We're done. He answered, hold on, wait a minute. I was so excited that I wasn't hearing anything of it. I shouted at him, no, no more. This is effing over. He looked confused as he asked, well, where is all this coming from? With disgust, I said, I got the footage, Sean. He looked even more confused as he inquired, what are you talking about? Kamora said with revulsion, Usher too? Sean said, wait, what the F is going on? Sean stood aggressively and Kamora responded, don't make me call the cops. Sean's anger was creeping in as he replied, oh, so this how it is? I simply nodded. If anything happens to either one of us, it gets released. He said as he queered. I don't know. After all I've ever done for you, I don't think I was ever so happy as when I said those words to him. Get out. Pissed, he started to leave, looking back with pure hatred. As he walked down the stairs, he turned around in fury and lunged at me. He knocked me down the stairs and I was hurt. Kamora screamed, stop! As he began to crouch over me, I kicked him, hitting him in the kneecap, then his face. He went tumbling down the stairs. He was too hurt to get up. I called the cops. Kamora left before they arrived. Then he left. It was the ambulance, and I felt empowered. I felt safe. Sean Combs' days had finally come to an end. Baby, 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 baby. I got this one last chapter. I think I'm going to read it. Too many people died in the moment. Yep. All right. So this last chapter. Things were getting okay, and for a while, I started dating again. It was almost normal until I got serious with somebody. Then my boyfriend died of pneumonia. I knew Sean had something to do with that. And then I decided to write this book. A few days ago, my home was burglarized. Only laptops were stolen. I knew it was the bastard and his goons. Of course, I had a copy of the cloud that was able to easily download here on the new computer. As I continue to write now, I'll send this into the cloud as well. I will send out copies via email to my Google Drive password with the attachment. So the missing chapters, can be accessed. The book must get out. There's only so many more chapters to add. This outline is the great start. I have to organize the rest of the chapters and add them in little by little. I planned on spending the day working on exactly what I am not feeling, working on exactly that. But I'm not feeling very well. Thank God the kids aren't here this weekend, so I can rest. I called Kamora and canceled our tentative plans for a meetup. When I spoke to her, she said, girl, that doesn't sound like a flu. You want to go to the hospital? That didn't immediately alarm me. I just needed some rest. I told her quickly and got off the phone. But why can't I get my doctor? Why won't he pick up the phone? Oh no. I called Sean from my bedroom where I'm lying in the bed. All I could think about was the kids, my babies, where the monster was. The man that I now suspect of having done this to me. Sean picked up with the air of superiority in his tone that let me know it was too late for me. He spoke confidently into the phone. Hello? I screamed at him. You bastard. You have your I have your effing children. What are you talking about? The kids are with me, replied with a mocking innocence. There's literally nothing I can do. I could only ask, did you ever love me? Instead of answering the question, he responded, the most important thing to me in this world is loyalty. I couldn't believe it. I had to ask even though I understood. What the F does that mean? With the same innocence he mocked, Kim, is something wrong? He's going to continue to play this game to the bitter end. I asked one last time, how could you? Again, with the narcissism I had to come to despite, he responded, how could you? Do what? I gave you everything. You went to someone else. You left me just like everyone else did. You asked, how could you? You asked, how could I? How could I yelled, look at what you did to everyone around you. There was only anger in his response. So you're saying everyone leaves because how I am and you are going to expose me. He had me burglarized and I knew it. And I had threatened him and I should have just published the book. I'm going to die like Heavy D, like Biggie, like Tupac, and like the many others. And it's because of he's a monster, plain and simple. Before hanging up, I simply say that that's not the only copy, you F. Then I shot out a group text. I'll let everyone know. He got me. Then I called 911. As I hit, as I sit where waiting for the ambulance, I am writing this chapter and praying that I make it to the hospital. I don't feel like writing anymore. I may not be around to see the print. It's okay. I'm sending it out. He won't get away with this. I will have my say, my final words. Sean Combs will get exposed, even if I lose my life doing it. My kids have always been my most cherished possession. I want the world to know that. But more importantly, I want them to know. And that's the end of the chapter. So that's chapter 14 through 19, all the way to the end. And I will do probably tomorrow. I will probably do chapter chapter 7 through 13, and just chop the book up in 3 sections and not do. I'm working my way backwards. So that's all I have. Um, this is the book, y'all. This is the book. So it's crazy. But that's all I got. That lady died because he was upset based off the book. The lady ended up passing away because she threatened him releasing the tapes. So somehow he poisoned her and she ended up dying of pneumonia. So y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. and y'all rewind it and play it again. Y'all can hear me read it out. And I'll put the link in the, the description so y'all could go get the book. All right. I'll see y'all later.